What is going on, everybody? Welcome to In My GT Entertainment, and I am Joel. Nice to see you here today on this kind of a brisk morning. So we are inside with Wasp, and we're gonna go ahead and install, let me show you what we got going on over here, the J&L Oil Separator. The good people down there has sent me this product for Wasp, and we're gonna go ahead and get this installed. And while we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and take out the carbon traps that everybody seems to be doing. You do get some horsepower gains. Like I said, it's not 1,000 horsepower, but you know, every little bit helps, especially with the new models, trying to get every little bit that you can. So we're going to go ahead and tackle that with these, and we're going to go ahead and get that done. I'll take the stuff out the box to show you what we have there, and then we'll probably start with the traps and then finish up with that. All right, everyone. So what we're going to start with is unboxing what's in this. It comes very nicely packed. Let's see what goodies we have in here today. Packing paper. Oh, they sent me a shirt. So I got a shirt with their new logo on it. So thank y'all very much for that. Oh, couple koozies. Might need that afterwards. And then the actual oil separator and bracket. Let me push this down here. Now this is what you get in the box. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'm gonna walk y'all through the install itself. The way that it sits in the car, it sits like this. This goes to one end, this goes to the other. I'll get into more detail in a moment. It has a bracket that hangs off your antifreeze tank that you hook this to here, and it gives you the bracket, and then you bolt it down, and now you have your position of where you're putting it. So we'll get into that a little more. And again, I want to thank them for sending this off to me, because I am a high enthusiast about this, because it's on every one of my cars. Both my Mustangs, the ST, everything. The V6 even has one. So like I said, I'm definitely a firm believer of what this does. And let me tell you what it does. I'll explain to you in a second. Okay, so in a nutshell, what it is on this side right here, you have air being forced in, and at the time you have particles of vapor particles of oil that are not being taken out, so they'll come back in and go back into your crankshaft and back into your motor. What it does, it's a filter in between these 2 points, so when all that is happening, the filter will catch the vapors. I'll show you, like in my car or one of the other cars I have, I'll take it apart and show you that it does collect the oil. The way that this system works, it's for this side, but it's going to be mounted over here, and we'll show you how that all goes. If you have a boosted car, it's definitely something you want, because it forces more through. And then, of course, if more air, more stuff flying through there, it collects a little more. So we're going to go ahead and get this started. Again, we're going to start here and get these traps out, and then we're going to finish up with the oil separator, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, for the carbon trap removal part of this video, you're going to need to pop up your air filter. You're going to have a 10mm bolt right here that you have to undo. And then you have some Torx bits over here. The size is a, what is that? A T20. And that's to take the mass air meter out. And then you have the carbon trap here. There's two ways of doing it. I'm going to show you the way I'm doing it, and then I'll show you how other people are doing it. So give me a second to start taking some of this apart, and I'll show you in a sec. And I just want to show you a hidden Easter egg. When you pull up the cover for the air filters, you'll see that they have every motor they have made described under there. Everything from the 4.6, 4.2, the 5.0, and on. So that's kind of cool. Alright everybody, so once you get the 10mm bolt off, you want to loosen the back one that holds it to the throttle body, just to have mobility to move it up so you could get into where the filter is and to get to the trap. You also want to disconnect the air line to it, the PCV valve, excuse me. So it's just a simple quick disconnect. You just push it in and it snaps off. And you're gonna have to kind of have that up anyway to do the oil separator. So we'll get to that here in a sec. All right, so here we are. Once you have your connection out of the side for your mass air meter, you go ahead and just drape it off. You have a little pop pin, just don't want to make sure you get that hurt. You have this grate up here and down here. There's two little pop ins. You just undo them and that comes out, which will give you access to your carbon filter. Now I've seen two different ways people have done this. They have cut this triangle out and just pulled the whole thing out and been done with it, or they've just gone in and grabbed the top and then just unraveled it out. The reason why people have don't want to cut this out, just in case they ever go back to it, I don't think I'm going to, but we're going to do it that way and go from there. Alright, once you get it started, it just starts to unravel. So you just kind of pull it out and then it'll just start unraveling itself and you'll have it out in a sec. Nothing too hard. Alright, and there you go. It is now out. Now I'm going to put it all back together. This is what it looks like. This is a little piece of fabric, filter, carbon, whatever, that is in between the cylinder. So that's what it looks like when it's out. So I'm going to go ahead and put all this back together on this side and then go ahead and do the other side. I'm not going to go ahead and rinse and repeat it. If there's anything different between the two, I'll let you know. If not, do the same thing. When putting this back in, just want to let you know there's a notch on it right there, which coincides with that notch. So that way you won't have to worry about which way to put it back in. I'm putting it back in because I heard it helps with the airflow with the air mass meter. So I'm not going to try to mess that up. So we're going to go ahead and throw that back in. Alright, just a little side note. When you put this back in, it only goes in one way, so you shouldn't have any problems. Don't over tighten it because you don't want to have yourself an issue with that. And then when putting in the air filter, you see that notch? That sits in the notch down there, so that way it aligns fine. So just kind of leave it loose, get it into the notch, and then go ahead and tighten it up. And then don't forget to tighten up the back bolt. Alright, so now I got the carbon traps out, got them all back together. They're sitting here. That's going to go in the trash. Just to give you a rundown on the tools, 10mm bolt right here. Get your extension, you'll be good to go. T20 bit for the mass air meters. You got two on each side. Get those out. Be careful not to drop no bolts. You have an 8mm for the air filter, to take off the air filter itself. You have a, where did I put it? It's a 7mm that goes here that you use to take off this 7mm. to loosen this so you can move it up and down. And then a flathead screwdriver to move that cage out your way. It's just, you push it in there, it releases, you pull it out, then pop it back in when you're done. And then your compression tool here to pop that little rivet push pin out right there, push pin tool up so you can move that out the way. Reverse it when you get done. I know this is still off because now we're heading to the oil separator. All right, everybody, time to start the oil separator install. This is what you've been waiting for. So all you'll need is a 10mm with a socket and an extension and a Phillips head screwdriver. And then obviously the parts that come with it. I forgot to mention that they do have a QR code. So if you need help with the install, it is right there at their YouTube. And like I said, I'll have mine up also. And they do give you some reminders to when to change the oil in your oil separator. You kind of have to do it. They say every 1,000 miles it should be changed or looked at. And I think it varies, because I know in my Mustang with the blower, I change it every time I change the oil, is my rule of thumb. And it's never totally full, so it does pretty good. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and start with this, and we'll see you in a second. All right, so the first thing that you wanna do is get this prepped and ready to go. So as you can see, the way that the words are written on here, your bracket has the same words written on it as well. What you wanna do is line that up and get these started in here as such. And what you're doing is you're getting the bracket set up for when you do the mounting, it'll have its spot. And sometimes it's just easier to do it outside of the car itself. Not showing that right now, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And then you get that snugged up, and then we'll move to the car. And just for y'all to see, if y'all have never seen one, that's what the inside of an oil separator looks like. It has where it comes in, it's filtered, and then goes back out. This is the can, it's 3 ounces. So roughly every 1,000 miles is an ounce, so maybe 3,000 miles you may want to do an oil change, but every car varies. My Jeep, I could change that every 1,000 miles, so it's so much blowback on that. But on the Mustangs, it's not too terrible. So, but yeah, that's what it looks like on the inside, and you just screw it in there and be ready to go. See you outside. All right, here is where the catch can will mount, right there on that bolt. It's a 10mm. You want to crank that up and set that back down on there, and don't tighten it, so that way you can move it around a little bit. On their video, their car didn't have a strut tower brace. I don't know if it was if the non-performance packs don't bring them, but I'm going to try to do the install with the cover just lifted like that to get the stuff under where I need to. If not, I'll have to go ahead and take the strut tower brace off, but I think I have enough room to do what I need to do. So let me go ahead and get this mounted in position, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, as you can see now, I have it there, but I have it loose so it'll move around if need be. I'm trying to figure out the plumbing. What you are taking off is the PCV side. So what you got to do is take this off right here. It's a little tab on the inside. You push away from it and it'll pop up. I'll show you on this one over here because it's a little easier if you push up. And it makes you a liar. Hold that thought. Let me get over better. Which way? And up. See? And then there you go. It's all about placement. It's all about placement. And you do the same one for the one in there. And there you go. It is now popped up. And now I have mine already ran over to it. I'm gonna see if that's the best route for me. So give me 1 second and let me take a look at this. All right, everybody, so the long hose, as you see, goes under the cover, under the heater hose, between the two hoses here, under this hose, and comes up right here. And then the shorter line, which is right here, goes under this line right here, and then comes back up right here, and then plugs in right there between. So that's kind of how it sits. I'll button it up and tighten it up now and show you the final look. All right, everybody, that is the J&L install. As you can see, everything fits in like it needs to be, and you didn't even have to take the strut tower brace off. Would it have made it easier? Probably so, but that's just an extra step if you want to take it or not. But let me give you a quick run through. As you can see, the longer hose starts here, goes under here, under this hose, comes out between here and the other hose that's right there. You'll see it once you're doing the install. Comes down, plugs in right here. No big deal. The other one goes down and up over here, and then goes in between and plugs right there. So there's not really a lot. You just have to see how you're running it and what looks, I guess, good to you. I guess if you wanted to be creative, you could notch out the cover, but I wouldn't advise it. As you can see, it sits tight. There's nothing real restrictive here. So it does what it's supposed to. It's a good placement. It's right there on the top. So there's not a lot of looking forward to it. The only thing I see that may be an issue is trying to get it off while it's still mounted. So you may have to unbolt it to check it. I don't know, in about 3,000 miles I'll go ahead and give it a check and see what we're looking like, and I'll make a follow-up video with that to see if it's harder or not, because like my other Mustang, I'll show you the other cars and how they are. But like I said, that's it. Thanks to J&L to giving me the hookup on this, and I definitely appreciate it. And go check them out. I'll have the link in the description, and we'll go from there. We'll close out this video in a moment. Just want to give you a quick look-see on all the vehicles. So this is Wasp with the oil separator now. We will walk out here to Electra. With the Whipple, with the oil separator also. JLT used to be their name, now it's J&L. Drop the T. And this one is made for the Whipple, because as you'll see with the one that I do for Pam here in a second, it's a little different. This one comes up and around and over and back over to there, where hers is just right there in the front. And then for the Explorer, got theirs right here. So as you can see, I definitely use their products. I definitely believe in their stuff. So like I said, go give them a shout. Go follow them on their Facebook. I'll have all their stuff in the description. And just tell them Joel sent you. All right, everybody, that is the video for today. I hope y'all enjoyed it. We got the traps out of Wasp, added the oil separator, and I think it's been a productive day. So if you like this type of video and want to get into more of the install factor or stuff, just little maintenance stuff or what have you, I have definitely a fleet of cars I can play with, and they all run in the J&L separators. They are all working fine except for that one, but that is a whole different story and we won't be getting into that. So like, subscribe, y'all know the deal. Y'all are doing awesome. Y'all are getting me in that algorithm. My videos are doing awesome right now. I appreciate it, especially for me that, you know, just does this as a side gig. So y'all are definitely putting a smile to my face, and I hope I'm putting one on yours. So we'll talk to you later, and peace out.